Attorneys like to refer clients to us because they like to focus on the legal aspect of their, it's what they do. They're lawyers. And a lot of times attorneys have to do some ancillary stuff at their hourly rate. And this is good for the client too, that they would have to charge them the lawyer's fees to do things like gathering information and getting all the different families' opinions about things before the matriarch or patriarch make a move. So, well, to give you an example, one attorney told me that he had a client come in who was a surviving spouse, and she said, Joe told me that if he died, that all I would have to do is come to you and you'll do everything. And he said, whoa, I'm an attorney. And actually, as an attorney, I have a very focused role. And my job is to represent, you as trustee of the trust, because now you have an irrevocable trust as well as a living trust. And you will need other advisors. He called it a three-legged stool. You'll need an economic advisor, you'll need a tax and an accounting person as well. So those are the three basics. Another reason the attorneys like to work with the family office is the family office knows the family dynamics intimately. So they're used to working with the family. They know who the players are. They know what their strengths and weaknesses are. They know who's kind of the heir apparent that's rising, and who's a troublemaker, and maybe intentionally or unintentionally. So it's a big picture insight that is really helpful to the lawyer when they're designing their documents and building the plan. And it's really more of a collaboration between the matriarch and the patriarch and the lawyer than it is just the matriarch and the patriarch going to the lawyer and saying, this is what I need, and them coming back and unilaterally saying, here's your solution. And so the lawyers like to work with the family offices because they have that intermediary that can help them construct the documents in a way that will meet the family's needs, not only today, but for what the family sees in the future. And another reason lawyers like to work with family offices is because the family office can actually help the lawyer implement the plan better than the lawyer can do themselves. Because if the lawyer comes up with a very sophisticated plan that requires multiple trusts, the matriarch or patriarch may think, well, this guy's just trying to sell me some trust. But if the family office is working with the lawyer and they understand what the family wants, and after they speak to the lawyer, they go back to the family and say, if you want to do this and this and this, one way we can do it is have these multiple trusts. So it's easier for the family office to introduce it than it is for the attorney. We had one family that we worked with that said we were halfway through their plan and designing their plan. And he goes, now, when we started this, I had 2 trusts, right? And I said, yes. And he goes, and this calls for 9 trusts because he had 5 kids, and each one of them had to have a trust now. Plus, they're going to add 2 more trusts into the process. And I said, yes. And he said, okay, I just wanted to be sure. So you could see that if an attorney showed up and just said, all right, in order to do this, you're going to need 9 trusts, there may have been a barrier to entry.